Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. Welcome back, Rachel! Yay! Rachel was gone for a day or so because of her illness, and now she's feeling better.
Yeah, I didn't have a fever.
She had
No, I was
measles.
sick
She had the measles and the mumps. She had to have her tonsils out.
I don't have any tonsils.
See, exactly. Rachel, the biggest news that came out while you were sleeping is that Manny Pacquiao is supposed to fight Keith Thurman. Maybe this is a maybe. I say maybe because it's been reported. So it's like where people on Twitter sources indicate this happens, and a lot of times that information turns out not to be true. Maybe it's true at that time, but later, So I don't like really reporting anything unless it's on ESPN or if it's officially confirmed by multiple outlets and multiple journalists. However, I do think that Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman is an interesting and noteworthy welterweight fight. I wanted to see what you thought about the fight as well.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting fight. It for me, I feel like I don't know who would win that fight. So, you might expect since Pacquiao is older that, but I'm just not sure that Keith Thurman is a top level welterweight anymore. You
Yeah,
know?
he at least probably was a top level welterweight at one time. But then he got married, went on that hiatus. He didn't
Yeah,
look super great in his last fight against Josecito Lopez.
right.
He still has one of the title belts, I think. He shouldn't have it. Yeah, he is the WBA champion.
Okay.
So I don't understand how he still has that title, but he does. He's still considered one of the best welterweights in the world. He's undefeated. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really convinced. When we watched him fight, let's say Sean Porter, or when we watched Thurman fight Danny Garcia, these are two fights that he won, but he didn't really separate himself in either of those fights
Yeah.
from Danny Garcia or Sean Porter. In fact, in the Garcia fight, I think what we said was it looked like they were both trying not to lose instead of trying to win the fight.
Yeah.
And then I actually thought that Sean Porter deserved the decision in the fight against Keith Thurman. So I don't know. I'm not completely sold on Thurman as a top level star.
Yeah.
And so that tells me he might be in some trouble against Manny Pacquiao. Because Manny Pacquiao is a top level star.
Yeah.
I don't like Pacquiao against Earl Spence. I think Spence is too big and too good and too excellent. I'm glad he didn't fight.
Yeah, if you had Pat Spence or Pat Crawford, then you're
Yeah.
leaning like the
The,
new guy,
the new superstar
passing of the
pound for pound
baton
elite
type
guys.
thing. But I wouldn't mind Pacquiao coming in and kind of just
Clean up the riffraff.
yeah, show us if Thurman's riffraff and let's get rid of it if he is.
Yeah, and yesterday I talked a little bit about how the matchup would go. I don't know, Thurman's a counterpuncher, but I don't know if he's fast enough to catch Pacquiao. I know he has the power to hurt Pacquiao, but Pacquiao sure gets off a lot of punches fast, and he does have a lot of power. Imagine if Manny Pacquiao hits Thurman as hard and as clean as Josecito Lopez did. Bro. Right?
Well, and when's the last time Thurman knocked somebody out?
I don't know. I have to look. It hasn't. It's not like he's knocking out. When he was coming up, he was a knockout puncher. In fact, we went to a couple of his fights when he fought in San Antonio, and we saw him fight Diego Chavez, and wow, what a knockout, right? What a lot of power. But as he's fought upper echelon welterweights like Danny Garcia or Sean Porter, I mean, he's not the same fighter. He's not knocking people out. He's not doing what he used to do. Um, Here's my last question for you, Rachel. If it were Manny Pacquiao's choice, and Manny, called or texted us or whatever, and was like, "Hey, Rach, do you think I should fight Keith Thurman, or do you think I should get on this Floyd Mayweather rematch?" How would you advise Manny Pacquiao, both from your own interest and also Manny Pacquiao's interest?
Well, for Manny Pacquiao's interest, all the money's there with Floyd, then you should definitely do that. And for my interest, I even have to say, go with Floyd. I'm just not a big, I think I said this before, I've cooled on Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. I've just cooled on Keith Thurman. I'm not a huge fan of boxing. I'm sure he's a great human being. I'm just, there's other people I want to see in the ring, and I'm kind of just over and done with. And the fight with Garcia left a bad taste in my mouth. And so I'm not real into seeing him fight all the time. So yeah, I think actually a rematch with Mayweather would be of more interest to me and what Pacquiao should pursue anyway.
Yeah, I like that too. I would rather see Manny Pacquiao fight Floyd Mayweather mostly because I don't know. I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao lose to Keith Thurman. You know, like what if
Well, and that's the other thing is having Pacquiao come in.
I don't want to see old Pacquiao lose to Keith Thurman.
Right. Fight the young current crop of welters.
Yeah.
So whether it's Spence, Crawford, Thurman, Garcia, Porter, like any of these guys, we love Pacquiao, and there's something about seeing your favorite,
your loved one,
yeah, and veteran like fighter, like when they get old and then they lose.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I remember seeing Roy Jones get knocked out,
Yeah.
and that was hard. It was hard to watch.
Not as hard as it was for me. Or like watching Evander Holyfield lose a lot of times.
Yeah.
It just happens to everybody. Pacquiao is actually fighting at an incredibly high level still. However,
but some people would say, well, you think that, but like if you really got in the ring with, sorry, the more I talk,
she's
the
still
more
sick.
stocked up I'm getting. Some people would say it about Pacquiao. You say that he's, still fighting at a high level, but if you really got in the ring with somebody that was high caliber, they would just like show like he's not anymore. And I don't have the analytical skills to be able to look at a fighter and determine that without like seeing it.
Well, luckily for you, I do. And Manny Pacquiao still fights at an incredibly high level. If he didn't, he wouldn't have just completely outclassed Adrian Broner in his last fight. Broner's still young and still talented, and I know that he isn't super elite. And I don't know, like I would say, like I would like to see Pacquiao. I guess if he wants to go ahead and fight on, yeah, let's see Pacquiao versus Thurman. I wouldn't mind seeing him against, like you said, Danny Garcia or Sean Porter. If he wants to keep fighting, he wants to fight Earl Spence, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, just fight through the whole
It's
weight
just
class.
how it works. However, I'd rather, while Pacquiao still has little Pac-Man inside of him, I want to see him get Mayweather in the ring again because I know that Pacquiao did not have a great opportunity against Floyd Mayweather in their first fight because of the shoulder. And I want to see him with two. I know that Mayweather's still going to be favored in the fight. I know that Mayweather probably still wins. But you know what? Mayweather ain't getting any younger either. And doing these fake fights with people, and I don't mean fake as a stage, but just exhibitions against people that don't have a chance against him, they haven't prepared him for Manny Pacquiao.
True.
You know, Rachel might be sick, and she might miss our cues from when we say to like, comment, and subscribe. But, however you're feeling, if you're feeling a little under weather like Rachel, if you're feeling, better than ever like Kelsey, if you're somewhere in between, the best thing that you can do for your personal, mental, emotional, and physical health is, well, I don't know, like eat nutritious food and stuff, but also to like, comment, and subscribe to Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. A lot goes into Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. It's not like we just come up here and say, hey, what do you want to talk about? And then quickly come up with something. We spend hours cultivating, pulling the best headlines, doing analytical work. I have Lee Wiley's phone number on my phone, obviously, and I call him every day, and we talk about geometry and algorithms and stuff like that. And so this is what we do. This is our full-time jobs, guys. We spend, we sleep probably 2.5 hours in a night. However you do the math, the rest of the time, up until the time that we're doing this, is preparing for the show. So you can do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing. If you want to send us some gold bullion or some other extravagant, maybe some spices or minerals that have some great value on any kind of market, send it to us. We'll take it. Thanks for watching.